Alright, hello and welcome back everybody to another unboxing video. Today we got Surging Sparks. It feels like just yesterday that we had our last set. These things just keep pumping along. So we're going to open up these ones. I don't have an ETB this time, but I figured 2 boxes will be enough for now. I'll get the ETB another time. We'll do something else for that. But I really want to see what's in the set, so let's just jump right in. Normally I do those intros full screen, but it'll be alright. It'll be okay. Might try a few different things this time around. You know, I'm always talking about that, adjusting things, improving. So I won't spend too much time on it though. If you notice, you notice. If you don't, that's okay. Just started up a GLC kind of league-ish thing. We're working on all those things out at our local store, and so maybe we'll find some cool stuff in here that we can promote. And yeah, also new lighting setup. Finally got some mounts for the old lights that I had, and so hopefully the quality of this is going to be a lot better. Got a few more frames here where it's not trying to compensate for the lack of light. Got our card there and our energy. Just keep those off to the side. Not super important there, but I do like these new energies. It looks like they're keeping with the crystallized version. We'll see what the next few are. They have changed those. Ooh, Dragon Elixir. Oh, are we going to get more Dragon support? That's nuts. That's fantastic. Really excited about that. And oh, look at this. We're starting off with a hit. We've got Clement's Quick Wit, which is heal 60 damage from one of your electric Pokemon. Very cool. Very cool. Of course, it wouldn't be a video if I didn't forget my sleeves. I'm going to grab the Terrapago sleeves from the last set because those are not nearly as reflective as the gold foil ones that they've done for a lot of Scarlet Violet here. Where can we do that? There we go. Awesome. Stack of bulk up there. We've got our item cards right there. I'm going to need to get more later because I didn't get the ETB, so I don't get the new sleeves. Probably Pikachu on them. I think money was a little tight this month. That's why I didn't do that. It's just fine. It's okay. Oh, a Lowland Diglett. All right. Cool. We got a Terra Orb. Search your deck for a Terra Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Very cool search. Really like that. More Flapple stuff. Very interesting. We've got a Skeledirge. It's our rare. And a Fire Energy. I'm gonna set Flapple off to the side here. What are they gonna do for dragons? Regidrago is taking off. And I do have proof that I played it before it got really good. In fact, I think that video that I posted of me going through the ranks was before any of the world finals. So I'm not a bandwagoner. I believed in the power of Regidrago. He just let me down a lot for a while. Drayton, very cool. Set that off there with another Wo-Chien. Counter Gain, and a Palisand EX. Woo! Alright, we'll check him out later. But yeah, GLC's been going well. I was inspired to do a normal deck with the latest set, which was Stellar Crown. Totally didn't need to look that up. I'm got so much going on. It's really hard to keep things straight. But yeah, and then I realized that it requires you to play them in standard. Ooh, now there's a Rude. Very cool. So yeah, for the Bouffalant, you need another Bouffalant, and in a singleton format, that doesn't work. And then the Jewel Seeker Noctowl, you need a Terra Pokemon, which is not allowed in in GLC. So I screwed up, okay? But there's still a lot of really cool combos. Like I found the 151. Oh, Flamigo. Flamigo EX. The boxing glove Pokemon. Really neat. So the Aerodactyl from the 151 set has a de-evolution ray, which you can use for 1 twin energy, which is really good. And that combined with the old Oranguru, where you can put a card from your hand onto the top of your deck, or you swap one card from your hand on top of your deck and then the top card into your hand. And of course, a lot of berries in these last couple sets. Another Shiinotic, Donphin, and Skeledirge. The Bibarel and Squovit line. So there's an old Amber Aerodactyl where you search the bottom 7 cards of your deck for an Aerodactyl and put it onto your bench. So the combo is you use like an Arven or something to have, and whatever else to get the Aerodactyl and the Old Amber in your hand. Use the Oranguru, sorry, to put the Old Amber on top of your deck. Then use Squovit's ability to put your hand on the bottom of your deck, draw one card, use the Old Amber, get the Aerodactyl out from the bottom of the deck, play it down. It's a very fun combo. it's clean. Takes a little bit of setup, but it's satisfying when you can do it. Anyway, being able to de-evolve. Oh, Lycia, very cool. Being able to do that, de-evolve your opponent's Pokemon in GLC is huge. Even in like standard, it's pretty good. De-evolution Ray or the de-evolution like TM. If you spread enough damage to all your opponent's Pokemon and they've evolved them into EXs, then you just de-evolve everything and just knock them all out. Tricky, very tricky to do, but it's a strat. Sorry if I had those off to the side. I did not mean to. Meddling Memo. I might skip through a few of these as soon as I run out of stuff to talk about and just focus on the hits. So like I said, I am super busy. I'm building a game. I am running two YouTube channels, though this one is still getting the last the remnants of my attention. It can't really be a focus at the moment, unfortunately. Played Pocket TCG. The TCG Pocket, rather. I like it. I like it a lot. It's been fun. It's simple. I think, in my opinion, the water deck with Articuno EX is the best one. I think Articuno is the best bird. Simply because... Oh, Ceruledge EX. Lovely. Oh, and that's awesome. That's an awesome first attack. That's really cool. I love discard synergies. I'm surprised I'm not a black player in Magic the Gathering. Very surprised. I haven't gone into that. I love the United Wings, which I need to rebuild because we got even more United Wings cards. And then we have woo! Hey, look at that. Sorry again for like my mic is here, and so I'm like right here. So I'm trying to line it up. That's beautiful. I love this art. And these lights are working wonders right now. Dragon Dialga. Dragon Dialga. Very interesting. Should you go down there in the hollows? I just unload these off onto my my local shop. Here you go. I've taken all the good stuff. You can have the rest. You can have the bulk. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to talk about. I'm making, so with all the GLC stuff that I'm doing, I'm trying to make, because it's kind of like in line with the video games, where you sweep the leg like that. Go through and, oh, another Eternatus? Wow, okay, cool. Love all the dragons, man. Where you're going through and like fighting all the gyms, and it's like one type, and singleton, so it's you knock out that Pokemon, it's gone except for the recursion. Whatever, it's not a big deal. But I was thinking, like, what if we did like a Pokemon Professor type thing where people come in, they want to try it, and then they can get a starter deck, which isn't gonna like a pre-con, basically. It's not super crazy, maybe like 10-15 bucks. People buy it, they get a bunch of good staples, but then they can improve upon that, like a normal MTG Commander pre-con. I see it. I see it in the background. Amulet of Hope is our ace spec card for this one. And we got another Qian Pao and a Chill teaser toy. Very neat. As usual, I will read all these at the end of the video, so if you guys are interested in some of the ones that I think are good for either casual or competitive play, stick around. Stick around. Stick around. A lot of interesting looking... Ooh, Dusk Ball. More balls. Heck yeah. And we got Rabska. Love more balls, especially for GLC, because ball guy. Staring into your soul, I'm ball guy. I'll give you 3 balls from your deck in exchange for your firstborn. Look at me, I'm a lifeless husk. I'm ball guy. Sorry, it's the running joke in our group at the card shop, or at the locals, because he just looks so creepy. Sometimes just those unblinking eyes. So we just kind of go over the top with the lore behind who's behind the mask and what you're really exchanging for such a good card. In GLC anyway. Oh, hey, look at that. We got a surfer dude. That's not too bad. All right, cool. It's looking like we're going into kind of sun and moon stuff with some of these cards. Which, ooh, if we get a Como... I've not looked at the set beforehand, as usual. Ah, Scovelin. I think we've had this one. This one looks familiar. That's a neat card, though. It's like the Arcanine. Doing more damage, the more damage counters are on it. I feel like that's where they're leaning with a lot of fire types. Is that the less HP they have, the stronger they are, or the less prize cards your opponent has, the stronger they get. Like, they seem to be the comeback cards, which I'm all for. I want a little bit more identity in each type. You know what I mean? That pack was a little... that one didn't want to. Guess we'll find the good stuff that I want and move along. Alright, okay. Okay, alright. Drasna. Not familiar with her. Normally, I don't know why that's throwing me off so much to have a trainer, a supporter as the first card there. That's throwing me off. It's throwing me through a loop. Now, some of these dragons that they're printing here they don't really work too great for, at least so far, for Regidrago V-Star, because if you have basics, then that means that you are, whoa, nice! Very nice. We have Bahak here. Oh, right. That's okay. That's okay. Wow. That's gorgeous. Let's see if we can get Latias as well. This is one of the chase scenes where they're together. Anyway, like I was saying with Regidrago, basics are a little risky to put into your deck because they can go onto the bench or go into your active spot if you don't have anything else. So that stinks a lot. It's really bad. Throws you off. There are ways around it, but it's really inconvenient to get it out of the way. I put up with it with the Raging Bolt EX because it's a really good card. It's worth the risk in my opinion. Bless you. Oh, alright. Well, kind of. We kind of got a Latias. We'll count it. We'll count it. There we go. I ran out of sleeves, though. Hang on. Hopefully these gold cards here are not too shiny. To the point where they distract. I think that's alright. Oh, hey, hang on. That is actually... This is like such dynamic art for like... Maybe it's the fact that it's drawn, and I feel like so many of the other EXs are like 3D renders. Like, look how much better the drawn art looks. Oh, wow. The same for like the Flamigo and yeah, like these ones look... Yeah, I don't like the 3D renders on the art. It makes it feel cheap. But this, I don't even know how good this... Oh, okay. Okay, so I think maybe Regidrago got too strong. We'll go over that in a second. Maybe they made it too strong. Pokemon doesn't do bans very often, at least not since I've been playing. But they will print, oops. Either Regidrago's too strong, or they are anticipating some really strong dragons coming up. So it looks like they're ramping up for dragons. But that one is anti-dragon. We'll go over that in a bit. Another Latios. And Hydreigon. Nice. Again, 3D render. It's so crummy compared to just the drawn art. That's why I don't like the EX cards. I could not. I was like, I preferred the V's where you kind of saw the whole Pokemon, regardless of whether or not it was a full art. But more than anything, I just really don't like the 3D renders. Oh, hey. Hey, that looks really cool. Like a mural. Almost. I love Ceruledge. Ceruledge and Armor Rouge are amazing card designs. I don't care if you want to call me edgy or childish or whatever. Cool is cool. And I'm here for it. Oh, there we go, the flagship Pokemon of the set. We've got our Resolute Heart Pikachu. Very fun. Doing 300 damage with that attack. That is wild and crazy. Let's see if we can get a Latios in this last... Oh, another Altaria, that's cool. In this last pack here. Still have one more box. So he's on, or she is on the pack art. Clearly, this is it. This is the one. We're gonna get that special art, both in one box. You just watch. You just watch. Oh, Paldean Taurus, that's cool. Oh no! No! Oh, curse our inaccurate luck. Oh, goodness. Still very cool, very fun. I like that. I like that. See, if first is the worst, second is the best. Oh, hang on. We gotta get the Latios out here. Here. We're gonna put them right here. To call out. Call out to the other artwork. Oh, Dokoli. Oh. Last one started off with a hit. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Another Hydreigon EX. Appreciate that. Alright. Well, at least we get to see that there's another Gouging Fire. That's neat. Anyway. What else in here? I'm not liking these packs. I still love the crinkle crackle of opening them, but this material seems to be really hard to open. Though Pokemon packs have kind of been like that for a while. They stick on the sides, on the top, so you gotta like tear those parts open so it comes out clean, and then I suppose I could always open it from the back. I'll try that out. I don't think they open as cleanly from the... Oh, there we go. Nope, we got it. Problem solved. Solutions. Just solutions here. Hang on to that just in case it's good for fire GLC. Teeny, and who's back here? Melodic. Melodic EX. Are we gonna... Oh, man. Are we gonna... Yeah, we got Stall Deck coming here. We got That's another one that I'm using in Pokemon Pocket. So my favorite one is still, I think the most powerful deck is Mewtwo and Gardevoir. But it's really inconsistent because you have to get... in order for it to be that potent, you have to get your Gardevoir line out every turn. If you miss a beat, it's over. And going first with that deck is really bad. It's better off when you're in, sorry, going second, in my opinion, in my experience. If I'm against a mirror match of a Mewtwo, I gotta get really clever with how I maneuver my stuff. Especially if they're hitting their evolutions and I'm not. So inconsistent but most powerful. And then most consistent, I think, is the Pikachu EX deck, because it's really easy to get basics onto your bench. Lots of good electric basics. I've been using the 2 Pikachu EXs, 2 Pikachus, 2 Raichus, the Magnetons, and then Lieutenant Surges, so that you kind of soften things up with the Pikachu EX for 90 damage each. Another Bouffalant, very neat. That's actually, that might be really good for a GLC. I'll hang on to that. I'll put them up here. So, and then the Magneton accelerates energy onto itself. Then you use Lieutenant Surge, or you can like start building up the Raichu in the back. So you're basically getting 3 of its I don't know if it's 130 or 160. It's a strong attack though for a single point card. And the combo works out pretty well. Then I think the best, not super consistent because it is luck based, depending, like if you get lucky it is just, you can win turn 0. But that's the Articuno EX, because you can use supporters on your first turn, unlike the standard game, standard TCG. And yeah, if you get, or if they have a Pokemon with weakness, they have a fire Pokemon out, and you're able to even accelerate 2 energies on with Misty, you could probably knock out one of the basics if they got unlucky and only had that one basic. Or if you get 3, then basically very... Ooh, yes! Fampi! I love Fampi so stinking much. Fampi is such a... Oh man, I saw Donphin in the Pokemon movie. I think it was the Mewtwo movie or the one after where they started showing off Gen 2 Pokemon. I think the guy had the Donphin, and I was just like, that is the coolest Pokemon. I don't think I ever used it in a team. You kind of got him later on in the game, but yeah, super cool. So I also like Great Tusk for that reason. Super happy with that though. That's a really cute artwork. And they're like all the other Donphin around. He's just having fun. He's just hanging out. He's just hanging out like a little guy. Now another thing that I'm interested in is maybe with all this dragon stuff, the festival grounds or festive leader will be pretty good. Maybe that deck will take off with the, I want to say it's not Hydrapple, but I think it's Flapple with that one. Interesting that they're giving more healing to dragon types. That can get extremely oppressive, because Hyper Potion was one of the cards to use for Gudra V-Star when it was really popular. So specifically on dragon types is an interesting choice. Skill villain. I'm not gonna bother sleeving every one of them now. I'm running low. I have more, I'm just not gonna go digging for them, you know what I mean? Until we get a really good hit. Like the Latias. Oh, I see we've got a miracle headset. Pretty good. I don't like anything that makes you, or has you put multiple supporters into your hand. So you can only use one per turn. And there's plenty of stuff to make you shuffle your hand back into your deck. So, I mean, it's out of the discard pile, which is fine, I suppose. But, yeah, Not super thrilled about that one. Feel me? Oh, nice. Look how majestic they are. This is the dumbest design. I absolutely hate it, but look how majestic they are. I can't bring myself to hate them in this artwork. They're just so... Trio Chiho. Oh, that's cute. That's funny. I like that. I like that. Have exactly 3 cards in your hand. Or else. I have all these extra sleeves from when I make Pokemon decks, and it's 60 cards, but I get 100 sleeves. So then I have to buy like 4, 60 and then 40, and then another 60, makes the leftovers 80. So then there's 20 left over, so two Dragon Shield or 200 card sleeves, get you 3 decks worth, and then but you're still left over with 20. Pikachu number 2. All right, 1 per box. 1 per box. I see you, Pokemon. I appreciate it. So 300. Yeah, no, I could have just done the math with that. 3 packs. If you're using the same sleeves, which gets a little boring, but if you're using the same sleeves, then 3 boxes will get you 5 decks worth. But you need to buy 3 boxes in order to get it. So I have a lot of extras because I like mixing it up. I like expressing my individuality with each deck. Of course, with games like Star Wars, where so many good decks share really good cards that are expensive, I'm like, I don't want to keep sleeving, re-sleeving over and over and over again. I'm just gonna buy the same sleeves and just swap them out anytime I want to play a different one. It's too much. Or proxy, but people are like weird about proxying. I was like, I own them. It's not like I'm proxying just to make this expensive card. I don't know. I think some people are okay with it, some people aren't. Ooh, full art Arch-Eladon. EX. Very neat, very nifty. That Togekiss is interesting. I want to make a deck that is just about taking as many prize cards in a single turn as possible. I'll talk about that in a bit. Shizhitapede. We got something shiny in the back here. Oh, neat! Nice! This is going in a GLC deck. We got a Night Stretcher in gold. I love gold arts. Will always love gold arts. I'm glad they got rid of the rainbow arts. The rainbow arts just looked, yeah. It's like you usually have this vibrant color scheme for all these cards that just bring them to life, and they're so interesting, so fun to look at, and then it's just, everything is just amorphous, rainbowy hue that just makes everything blur together, and it just takes away from how awesome the artwork actually is, in my opinion. Might not be your opinion, but it is mine, so I'm glad that it's gone. Ooh, Cyclizar EX. Okay. Neato. Pokemon Company, if you're listening, please do more artwork for these EX cards. The 3D renders don't look good. If we want the 3D renders, we'll play the game. TCG, let's do some more artwork. Like, these are always far superior than these because of the drawn artwork. Almost every time. I know you've been doing it for a while. I'm just saying. Just saying. You can make them so much more dynamic. People are still figuring out 3D. Like the Broly movie for Dragon Ball Super. They started to finally get it. Like, they had the lines. Ooh, enriching energy. That's pretty good. And, ooh, look at that. I like that. I like that a lot. I enjoy this. Look at this. We got another Stunfisk. That's too funny. I love that. Look how angry he is. Stunfisk is a fun card because I kind of like more control playstyles. And so him doing extra damage is too funny. Or it's paralyzing or whatever. I think the steel type does more damage back typically, or reduces damage taken. Oh, and the ground type. I think there are different types of Stunfisks there, so. Oh, hey, nice. Look at that. Love the full arts of the trainers. Genuinely. We're getting close. We really need this Latias to make his appearance. I will not be able to rest until I see him safely in my hands. Of course we're gonna get him, but... Alright, last few packs here. Let's hope that we get something. Let's hope that we get something. Still lots of hits. We're very happy with that. We just need that one more. I got the one. Now I'm greedy. I got greedy, guys. I gotta have it. Come on. Come on. It's not even the last pack yet. I'm giving that old slap. That old slap arena. We're busting out the big guns, using up extra energy. Bringing this stinker to the top. Oh, Palisand. Full art. Okay. Alright. Again, our luck is inaccurate. Alright, everybody, I need your help. I need you to give me your energy. All of it. Into this pack. Right now! Come on. Come on. Come on, Latias. Come on. Oh, I think we missed it. We got another Flamigo EX. One more hit, but not the one we wanted. Nuts, man. Ah. It's a shame. It's a crying shame. Too bad. I'm gonna cry. Cry myself to sleep. Alright, well that's it for our pulls and the packs getting opened and all that good stuff. So, what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna go through all the cards and see what might be good for decks, whether it's competitive or just interesting rogue decks that you might be interested in looking at. So let's take a little break here and see what we got. Alright, let's start with Pokemon and see what we got here. So the Palisand EX, Stage 1, 280 health, Psychic type. For 3 colorless energy, you can do Sand Tomb, which is 160 damage, and the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Pretty good, making sure that things stay up in the active spot. But then you have Barite Jail. Put damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon, bench Pokemon, until its remaining HP is 100 health. Good way to just, if they're playing a lot of EXs or getting set up in the back, you just get everything even up, ready to get one shot, which is really good. And there are also a few cards I think that either, if there are any damage counters on Pokemon, deal more. So you can start kind of working your way up. Any with abilities, I think it was the Frostlass from a couple sets ago that every checkup for every Frost Lass you had, it starts doing more tick damage. So different strategies there to kind of whittle your opponent down. But yeah, a little bit more niche there, though a lot of Pokemon have abilities nowadays, though not many of these EXs, to be honest. Now we have Black Kyurem. What I was talking about earlier for the dragon types that I think they're trying to curb is that for the Ice Age, if your opponent's active Pokemon is a dragon Pokemon, it is now paralyzed. So it's conditional, 90 damage, 3 energy, colorless energy, but it does, it just flat out paralyzes. There's no coin flip, there's no and that paralysis is the strongest status in the TCG in my opinion, because it's just, you can't retreat, you can't do anything, you can't, you can switch out, you can evolve of course, but it's a very hard stopper. So as soon as their turn ends, that's done. But yeah, if they don't have any way to pivot, then it's kind of game over there. And then Black Frost 250. This Pokemon also does 30 damage to itself, which I think is totally fair. 2 colorless and 2 water energy. Yeah, this is a great one-up if you want to throw it in like Chien Power or any water deck, any deck that has water energy, honestly. If you're planning on going up against meta, which is, I haven't kept too on top of things with like regionals and stuff, but at least the last Worlds that I watched, Regidrago V-Star has been taken off. Called it. Hydreigon EX, 330 Stage 2 Pokemon. Use Dark type, Crashing Headbutt for a Dark Energy and a colorless, 200 damage. Discard the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, which is really good. Stage 2 is not easy to get out, but flat 200 damage and discard is pretty powerful. I like that a lot. And then Obsidian. This attack also does 130 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So 3 Pokemon get hit with 130 damage. So yeah, I'd say this is very, very strong. So of course we still have Manaphy EX and different ways to, Manaphy EX, Manaphy and different ways, other cards to prevent damage dealt to the bench, whether it's counters or direct damage from attacks. But yeah, if they don't have that, if you've managed to get rid of their stuff in that way, then yeah, this is really strong. Or if you want to, Boss's Orders, bring back the Concealing Cologne, I think that's the one, which turns off abilities, then you can hit that Manaphy and the 2 things on the bench all at the same time, because its ability will be gone. But yeah, so not terrible. I mean, we have a lot of Stage 2s, 330 health is nothing to sneeze at, and an attack for 2 energy is really, really strong. So along with all the other stuff that we have to accelerate a lot of different types of energies every turn, I think this one is a contender. That's pretty cool. It's going to be oppressive if left unchecked. Maybe we'll get a chance for, oh, some grass deck, okay. Grass weakness. All right, and then we have Pikachu EX, the flagship. We got Resolute Heart, basically just guts, or what do you call it, sturdy. I forget what the Focus Sash I think it is. So if it would be knocked out in one hit, it stays with 10 health. So a lot of attacks do that. It's got the 200 health to, we'll see how that actually plays out. But 300 damage for discarding all the energy is pretty dang strong. Archaludon, stage 1 with 300 health, which is incredible. So that's Archaludon EX, excuse me. Assemble Alloy. When you evolve this, or use this to evolve one of their Pokemon during your turn, you may attach up to 2 basic Steel energy cards from your discard pile to your Steel Pokemon in any way you like, which means you can accelerate onto him. And then you just get 220 damage on turn 2, basically, which is really, really good. Being able to accelerate those energies, and it's really easy to discard them as well. So during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon has no weakness. So also really, really good. So you're stopping counterplay, you're doing 220 damage, and you're getting off those attacks really, really, really well, really quickly. So I would say this is a really good contender for, I don't know how much Steel synergy we still have, but this is very good. And then Cyclizar, I wouldn't normally include this. I was kind of ready to write this off. Sorry if I'm not in the frame properly. The main thing that I'm putting this in here is because it's a basic Terra normal type. So all the stuff that we got from the last set for Terrapagos are going to work here. And one of the reasons I think it's really good is the breakthrough, being able to do damage to the bench is okay. But the Zircon Road, doing 180 damage and then drawing cards. Just flat draw 5 cards and 180 damage. I think that's pretty incredible to get your stuff going. The more cards you have to draw, the better off you are. So I don't know, that rhymed. Anyway, maybe keep an eye on that. I'm not sure how much play it'll get, how worth it that actually is, but it's something to keep an eye on. Drayton, this is an okay card. You basically draw 7 cards, or look at the top 7 cards, reveal a Pokemon and a trainer card, which isn't too bad. You get 2 options to hit, and yeah, you never know. I think I can't remember if there's another one that, I think, no, you can have, there's an item that this can synergize with pretty well, so that might do that might be a good one. Then we have Surfer. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon, and then draw cards until you have 5 in your hand. So good pivot and good draw power. I think that's good, especially if you're playing a deck where you are using cards a lot, and you want to be able to keep a good hand size. So I don't know how much you're going to want that over like Professor's Research or anything like that, but if you're trying to pivot, there are a lot of cards that you want to pivot quite a bit. So just keep that in mind. All right, and then Serrano here. Search your deck for up to 3 Pokemon EX, reveal them, put them into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Just really good card search. Like, incredibly good. This is insanely good. Like, use Sonia and Gloria and stuff for a lot of single prize decks. I think they're rotated now. But yeah, like, just being able to search for 3 Pokemon is very, very good. And it doesn't specify evolution or basic, so an incredibly good card. Very good card to search all those out. Incredibly good. And then this one, new boss's orders, I think. Switch one of your opponent's bench basic, oh, it has to be basic Pokemon, to the active spot. If you do, the new active Pokemon is now confused. So an additional boss's orders. Because normally it's, I mean, you have Countercatcher and stuff like that, which is still a really good card, but anytime you're able to actually select the card that you want to bring to the active spot is really good. So a little bit more niche than boss's orders, now that I actually read it, but yeah, disruption is really good. Now let's go into some of the items here. I'm actually going to look for the one that is, because I was talking about, you know what, I wrote it off and then I read Drayton. So I don't know if you really want, if you want this to encumber your deck with a bunch of cards, but Deduction Kit. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put them back in any order, or shuffle them and put them onto the bottom of your deck. This will work with the Digging Duo, I think is what they're called. That will get you cards from the bottom of your deck, or let you draw from the bottom of your deck. So yeah, just it's a combo piece. The fact that it's an additional card instead of just one makes it, like I said, a little cumbersome for your card count. You kind of want to be more efficient with that, but it's an option out there if you want to check it out. So Meddling Memo. Opponent counts the cards in their hand, shuffles their cards, put them on the bottom of their deck, and if they do, draw that many cards. So, like I said, well, why I don't like cards like the headset, where you bring in 2 supporter cards, you use one of them, but then it's like, oh, I don't want you to have that other one. So Meddling Memo, what we used to have Marnie or Iono, Judge, all that stuff are options. And then this, of course, just like, no, I just saw that you prepped early, so that's why you normally don't prep if you're not able to immediately play the card that you grabbed. Never show your hand to your opponent. So Dragon Elixir heals 60 damage from your active Dragon type Pokemon. Incredibly strong, especially now that Regidrago, V-Star, and can still use Goodra V-Star. I mean, once one goes, they both go. But the fact that that's still a combo out there and you can heal 60 damage is insanely good. It is incredibly good. Unbelievable. I'm definitely throwing a set of 4, at least 3, into my Regidrago deck there. This one's really cool. Technical Machine Fluorite. So discard all energy from this Pokemon and heal all damage from each of your Terra Pokemon. That'll be really annoying for Terrapago CX. I think they're really souping that deck up, which is kind of neat that a normal type deck aside from Lugia is going to be getting that much attention. Like I said, I haven't actually paid attention to how much it's doing well in like the meta or anything, but I think you've got a lot of good combo pieces that are going to keep you in the game for a long time. Like it's insane. That's a very good and destructive card, especially with all this energy acceleration that we have with Crispin and the Bell and all this. Like, it's crazy. It's insane. Call Bell. You can only use this card if you go second, and only during your first turn. Search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Not gonna knock this. Not gonna knock this because it's a good way to, even if you have one or two, you can make sure that you don't have a dead hand. So if for whatever reason you just have the worst possible hand, you can go search yourself an Iono, you can get a Professor's Research, you can get a search card, whatever you need. Yeah, I would say it's like a contingency. A couple other extra slots if you have some free space in your deck to be like, I don't want a dead hand, or I want stuff that I can just Ultra Ball away without too much risk. I think this is a good option for you. All right, counter gain. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, attacks used by this Pokemon, the Pokemon this card is attached to costs 1 colorless energy less. Self-explanatory, pretty good. And then Terra Orb, I talked about this earlier. This search is really, really, really good. Search your deck for a Terra Pokemon, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Incredible. Incredible. I love that. That's fantastic because we got so many of them now. So it's not the EX cards. If you want the EX cards, you grab Serrano there. But yeah, and then we've got Dusk Ball. Actually didn't look at this one. You may look at the bottom 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Pokemon you find there, put it into your hand, shuffle other cards back into your deck. All right, so there you go as well. For the deduction kit, this is still basically Great Ball, which I don't like. But if your opponent just got you to put your hand on the bottom of your deck, this is a good way to counteract that. So if you see a lot of that in play, if you're facing a lot of decks that have that hand disruption, where it's not just shuffling them back into your deck, it's putting them specifically on the bottom, this could be a really good card to like, haha, no you don't. You can't stop me. So that's really cool. Lively Stadium. Each basic Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponents, get plus 30 health. Really good for the Terrapagos and that whole line, because basic Pokemon are the name of the game for that one. So it's really cool. Really cool. And then Gravity Mountain. Final card that we're going to look at here. Each stage 2 Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent, get minus 30 health. So another one that either you give yourself plus 30 health, or if your opponent's playing a stage 2 deck, that helps get you that little bit closer to knockout a lot easier without having to mess around with it too much. And then these, of course, let's see here. The Melting Sweetness here is pretty good for disruption. Like if you wanted to use 50 damage and then the defending Pokemon can't attack, which doesn't stop them from pivoting and attacking. So I still prefer the Noivern EX's Covert Flight. This one isn't. This one's actually kind of nice. The Aesthetic Spit. 20 damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. That one was actually really good. that one's super good. Never mind. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty good as well. Space Crush, 40 damage for each basic energy attached. That's okay. Dynablast does 90 damage to a EX Pokemon for 1 energy. That's not half bad. That's really not bad at all. And then discard a Stadium in play, and if you can't, this attack does nothing for 230 damage. Yeah, this isn't a bad card at all either, because it gets started really early and it's a threat. So Dragon basics are looking pretty good, and especially with all the stuff. If you have a Terra Pokemon that you can throw in here, that means you can search out a lot more energies with the items that we got. So got to be careful spreading yourself that thin. This one is not good, Dialga. And then let's see here. Search your deck for 2 basic energy cards attached into your Pokemon any way you like, then shuffle your deck. When Cotton Wings heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks. I wouldn't say this is worth a stage 1. Good and, well, this doesn't work in Dragon GLC either because there's no Swablu that is a Dragon type. So unless you can figure out how to get the stage 1s out without evolving. But I think that pretty much does it. Yeah, I wasn't too thrilled with it. Oh yeah, the Togekiss. Sorry. I'm all over the place here. But this Wonder Kiss, when your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out, flip a coin. If heads, take 1 more prize card, and it doesn't stack. So that's the stage 2. But it's kind of funny. Like that's what got me saying, I wonder if you can make a deck, because I forget there was a supporter from the last set, I believe, or 2 sets ago, where you could take more prizes. Then you have Iron Hands EX, which you can take more prizes, and then you have I think this Lucky Chansey or something. I don't know how exactly that works, but if you take it as a prize card, then you end up taking an additional one, I think. So I'm wondering if you could just knock out one EX and then win the game if you got lucky. I think it'd be a great meme deck. I just have to figure out how to do that. I'm already testing the poison one that I was talking about before. But yeah, anyway, just throwing that out there. Anyway, that's it for this set. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what polls you got. F's in chat for no Latias. Forgive my children for yelling. They just are not listening to me trying to ask them to be quiet for a few minutes here. But anyway, thank you all for the support, for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, night, wherever you are. God bless you all. We will see you next time.